Hello, 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 hello. How is it going? Okay. Let me know, Carlito, if you can see me now. But now it should be ready. So, well, can someone been waiting for a week? Five up, five up. Yeah, like the new 7 Up. Uh, excellent, excellent. Well, welcome everybody. Um, Today I'm going to cover DEX trading. Usually these topics are covered by Mike, but he's on vacation, so have a great holiday, Mike. He will be in Hawaii. Well, lately I have been doing a little bit of DEX trading, so it's really interesting, I think. So what we can do today is to build a screener using Gecko terminal, and I will show you a few things that I'm working on, so you can see what is coming for this new year. I'm really excited about these DEX bots, but well, we're going to have a very great time doing DEX trading this year. So well, first of all, some things to mention. I have here this gateway repo. Notice that last week when you were doing this with Mike, you learned how to install and everything, like the oops, turning around. Okay. You learn how to install the gateway and everything. It's important to notice that there is a new branch called Core. That here what you need to do if you install the previous version is to run git fetch. This will like update all the new changes and everything. We'll pull everything from the from GitHub, and then you need to run git checkout core that I'm writing core. But and then well, if you run git pull, fetch should be already doing that. Then once you have core, you will need to run yarn, that this will like install the dependencies. Well, we'll update. I think we resolve the packages. Then you need to run yarn install, I think. I know it's the same. Yarn and yarn install will do the same thing, but then you need to run yarn build. So with this, we are going to build the new project, and then you need to run yarn start with a passphrase and start. The thing is that these errors usually are going to happen because I think that is related to the gateway, the how the structure is done for the gateway and everything. Module not found. So probably if we run bash setup gateway, copy the certificates, yes. Let me go to Hummingbot. Hummingbot, new window, search. We can copy this folder and paste the folder here. Yes. Okay. Now if we run again. Okay. Module not found. Well, this is something that probably Mike still needs to fix in his PR, but I have all the changes, I think. We pull everything up to date, yeah. Well, probably this, yeah, build again, but well, maybe there is something to still invalid Solana network. Okay, mainnet beta or devnet, get balance controller. Where as you can see, there are a few things that already we need to work. that we already need to work on, but const Solana process M network. Okay, so seems like in the Solana YAML we have this mainnet beta, devnet. These are the templates. So here in Solana or in DM. Maybe it's loading that from DM. I don't have that them, right? Let's run like here export Solana network equal to mainnet beta. Solana Shenzhen wallet JSON. Well, these are okay. I know. These are errors because what Mike did was he included the LARP inside the same project. So these errors that is like wallet JSON and everything, they come from the setup of LARP. That is the other repo that we know already. So I think that we should be like modifying the bash scripts to initialize all the things related to the gateway. But well, this is like work in progress, as you can see. And soon I hope that it will be ready to start using. But the main idea is to include all the connectors from LARP here, so we can, in the same service, have the two endpoints to just use the gateway and use the LARP connectors as they are. But well, as you can see, when Mike comes from the vacations, he will clean up this and you will be able to use it. For now, still use the main branch. But I think that this is promising because he changed this to Fastify. So the error logging is better. The docs are automatically generated. So there are a few important things that are going to be interesting here. Well, this is one thing that we have been working. Mike actually have been working. I have been working on a connector with OKX DEX API. So I have been coding everything in Python, more for the Python users. I'm using Soldiers, that is a very cool library that is actually in Rust, but they're bindings to Python, and it's really fast to generate messages, sign the messages with the wallet and everything. And then I'm using Solana Pi to broadcast the transactions. But one thing that I found that is like really, really cool is that I can also broadcast the transactions through OKX DEX. So when broadcasting the transactions to OKX DEX is like really, really fast because I don't need to rely on a node. I can just use the OKX service to broadcast the transaction. So that is like really, really cool. So just to show you, this is a work in progress. For now, will not be open source until I code it properly. But just to show you some of the tests that we have here. For now, I only did integration tests. I didn't do like unit test because I found that the responses of OKX from the API are not matching the documentation. So usually when you do unit test, what you do is to say, okay, this is the endpoint, this is the expected response. So you copy the response from the API, you put that response in a mock, and the idea is that for the unit test, when the code is going to be calling the URL, instead of calling, you mock it. So you are not interacting with the service directly. And if you are running the CI CD in GitHub, is less likely to fail, or is less likely to have problems when running due the inconsistent behavior of the API. So the unit test will work more like that. But this integration test, what I'm doing is to actually testing the solutions with the API directly. So this for example is one of the test swap full cycle. So let me show you. I prefer to run it in PyCharm. By the way, this is the UI that I have for this bot. I'm going like an index bot. As you can see here, we have the prices updated and everything. This is work in progress. I did it like last night. But the cool thing, before showing you how this works, is to show you that I also did an integration with Logfire. That this Logfire is really, really cool. Is created by the Pydantic team. And basically all the logs that my bot is doing are here. So as you can see, I put like a strategy that triggers the updating the balances, updating the market data and everything every 1 minute, every minute. So as you can see, I have for each of this can be under a span too. I didn't add it into a span, but I should be doing a span. But as you can see, for example, this is span that says update market data. I have all the steps like get supported changes. It took 333 milliseconds to send and get the response. Real-time price took 334 milliseconds. Market data updated, nothing. Compute features took this amount of time, 9 milliseconds. Execute trades, well, it's not implemented, but well. And as you can see, we can see all the requests that we sent, the status response. If we have an exception or an error, we can see it. So the idea of this was that I can monitor really well what the bot is doing, and I'm going to portable. I will add this into Hummingbot probably this year, so we can see all the logs and all the errors of the bots. Hello, Sloth, you just joined. Today we're going to build a screener using Gecko terminal and Python, so you can monitor the trending pools, the top pools, and everything. The idea is that it's going to be like a screener that will let you do DEX stuff. And I'm also going to show a few things of Meme, one platform that we are actually trading. Well, later on, whatever you want. So the cool thing about this Logfire is that this dashboard, you can create dashboards based on the logs and do SQL queries based on that. You can set up alerts, like if I want to do an alert, if a certain log happen or certain error happen or whatever. It's like really impressive what this team builds. Actually, the creator is Samuel Colvin. I would like to be like that guy in a few years. He's a beast. Well, this is one of the tooling that I have been working on. So just to show you, like I will close this and show you this in here, just to show you how this logic works. Is like if I put this test DEX. I will remove this. I will. So, well, if I run this test, let me open up the OKX wallet. This is the OKX wallet. So check this. This is my history of transactions. Yesterday, having tested this like a lot, like buying and selling. But this integration test, what it does is it buys how much we put. Let's put 0.1 sol. So what it's doing is swapping from sol to USDC and then swapping back. So if I run it, well, and let me show you, like, this is what I have been building this week. So if someone has opinions about it, feel free to do it. As I mentioned, this is not going to be open source yet, but you are able to send the transaction through OKX or not, port for confirmation, everything. But yeah, so if we run this, error go index embodied Python interpreter. Okay, let's see. No, Pydantic AI, no. Interpreter. Because maybe it's because yesterday I select an existing. It should be the VM that I have here. Pydantic AI. This is really strange that it's not recognizing the environment. Let me close it. Let me close PyCharm and start again, because it's like not loading the environment. Hummingbot, no, index here. So yeah, it's using the this generate new, use this. Okay, now, but Python 3.9, no, it's Python 3. Something is wrong here, but yeah, no, it's not the right one. Interpreter settings. This is because I'm using this new UV loop that basically I never used it before, so it's a little bit tough to configure the first time that you're working on this. But I think that should be something like this. Like this? No. Bin Python. Something like this. Should be working. Or no, because these packages are not. Let me see if the Python interpreter, because I turned off the computer, or which Python gonna deactivate, or wait, VM. Yeah, something wrong is here. Let me remove this environment and run all the commands again. Pym global 3.12, which Python, brew bin Python 3. Okay, so let me do a clean install. This will be make clean that cleans everything. Then we need to do make VM. This will create a virtual environment. Then we need to do make install, I think. Make install. Yeah, now it makes sense. Before we had like an nested VM. I don't know why, but we had like an nested VM. Okay, so now interpreter settings, interpreter, local interpreter. I think that should be. We should look for it. Now it should be something like this. Now makes sense. Okay. Let's see if this works. Indexing. Now if this works, we'll see. Okay. It is finished. So make sync. Okay. We have a serious problem with the Python 3. I don't know. I have a serious problem that I need to solve with the configuration. Invalid, it says. I don't know why it says invalid. Let me see if I run a source. So, oh fuck. I want to get conda deactivate uv run main.py. Let me see. Okay, the environment is working. Environment is the configuration itself of PyCharm. But well, I think that let me see. Run this test. Get total balance. Okay, now it's working. Seems like it has like an initial setup. So well, for example, what we can do with this yeah, Happy New Year. I forgot to say Happy New Year. What can we do? Name token response is not defined. Let me import this. Okay, so let's run it again. So see that the quote response, like if we want to quote a swap, if we want to do a swap on any chain, this amazing. The amazing thing is that we can do it on any chain. Is that this quote response says which is the best venue to, in this case, Orca, for example, from token, this token to this token. We have all the routes, the value in USD, to the token that we're going to send, to token amount in decimal, the trade fee. So it's like with one request, we can query on any chain, which is a quote swap for sending like Solana and getting USDC, for example. So it's really convenient because we can do like cross-chain arbitrage and everything with this logic. You also have computed which is going to be the estimated gas cost. Well, it's like really convenient, and it shows you all the routes that it's going to do to send a transaction. One interesting thing is that this is just to quote, then we need to send the transaction. So in this case, this method that is test quote is just to validate like which is going to be the price of swapping this with this and whatever. But to test the full swap cycle, what we do is to execute the method swap. The method swap is not going to swap directly. It's going to build like the swap instructions to send then later on into the smart contract. But we have two ways to interact with the smart contract. One is we get the information from the swap transaction, we sign it with our wallet, and then we send it through our through RPC. So we interact with RPC. The other option is to broadcast the transaction using OKX. So let's see how much time it takes to swap from SOL to USDC and then swap it back. This is the other test that I did. So first of all, see that the last transaction is this failed transaction here. So if we run this, you will see that, well, it will be doing all this stuff. I don't remember if this test is working well. Ta-tan. Let me see if there is some ongoing transaction. It seems like it's stuck. Or maybe I need to increase the gas limit. Yeah, wait, let me debug it better. But because this swap, there are a lot of things when training with the blockchain, but basically I think that might be stopped, might be stuck here regarding to this gas limit that I put. Let's put 5,000 just in case. But let's run in debug mode so we can understand what is like really happening. Seems like it's not starting anything. Okay, the initial sol, this part is working properly, this part is okay. This DEX swap, let me see. This okay. Well, it seems like it's a little bit stuck in the prepare swap with the API. So, yeah. Sign and send transaction. Okay, now it worked. So see that we sent 25 for 0.1 sol, we got $21, and then we do it again, and then well, this is like just to show you that we are doing like DEX trading with this. In this, I had this test wallet account with $200, so yeah, we are testing this. Well, the idea is that we can build some DEX bots, but this is like how we're going to interact. So what we are testing right now is we are comparing just interacting with Jupiter, just interacting with OKX aggregator, interacting directly with the pools. So we're testing like a bunch of different things on execution, how much time it takes through different methods, and well, which is the best way to do it. We are really hyped on this platform that is called Meme. We do a few tests something really interesting. I created yesterday this token. Please don't buy it because there is one sniper that bought like the most of the tokens in the right exact same moment that we have transaction error and everything. In the exact same moment that we created the pool, one guy bought like is token owner. Okay, one guy bought like all this amount, like the even more. He bought even more, like 400 million in the same exact time when I just created the pool. So this the sniper bots are like really fast. They can do it. Well, I created this one just to test, and we are building this other stuff that for now is just like a framework, but it is Mindex. A friend of mine had an idea. I helped him working on the execution and everything. I hope that it works well. I don't know how if it's going to work or not. I have like 4 million. If it goes to one, I will have $4 million. I don't think so, but yeah, hopefully. But yeah, he did a really great job with the website. I think that is XYZ. So it's like really cool. Then if you have time, check it out. But it's a very interesting website and project that my friend went to do. But well, yesterday we launched, and well, he launched, and I bought some. But we did the first test to validate that works. But I'm really hyped overall on this Meteora platform and the meme platform because I have been staking meme, that is the official token from Meteora, like for a few weeks now. It's like every day I'm collecting like $30 or something like that in fees. If the price if I stay in the pools, it's like a kind of Ponzi at the same time. We have to be careful how much money you put here. I would recommend to start with very low amount of capitals, but every time I'm getting like $30 on this, and if the price of meme goes up, like right now it's trading at 70 million market cap. Bonk bot, that is another Solana project, another Solana meme project, is trading at 4 billion or 3 billion. If this goes up to that place, I think that will be really worth to be staking all this time. But well, this is not financial recommendation. Please don't take this seriously. These are meme coins. It's gambling. But well, this is the landscape. But this is now we're going to enter in the real topic of today. This was more like an intro. That is how we can get all this data from the blockchain. Actually, will not be from the blockchain. Will be from Gecko terminal, and how we can manipulate the data and build a screener that let us define what is like the what is the what are the attractive tokens that we can trade. So, well, let's start by going through. First of all, let's see what is Gecko Terminal. For the ones that you don't know what is Gecko Terminal, is this Gecko Terminal. So as you can see, in Gecko Terminal, we can get for a blockchain, a lot of information, right? So, well, these are new chains. But let's go to Solana, for example. You have trending categories, top gainers, new pools. These are the trending pools. You can filter from DEX, from pool age, and for whatever, right? So this is a great place to discover new tokens that are hot or tokens that you would like to trade because they are good for your index or for your portfolio, right? So let's say that we would like to interact or get this information. How can we get this information in our in Python to modify it and send alerts or build dashboards or whatever? So I created this gecko terminal .py like more than 2 years ago, I think. 2023. Yeah, 2 years ago. So it's very straightforward. You have here a few methods like to get the networks, to get actually here there is an example with the usage. So here in this notebook you can see like how you can get the networks available, which are the training pools, which are the training pools by network, get pool by network address, so you can get the information, multiple pools on a network, top pools by a network, top pools by network DEX. So if you want to go exactly or specifically for, okay, tell me which are the top pools for Meteora or the top pools for Raydium, we can actually go up to that level. New pools by network, this is also interesting. New pools, all networks, this is also cool. Top pools by network token. This is in case that, for example, you want to trade a token and you would like to know which are all the pools that are for that token or the top pools for that token. You can also use this. So, a specific token on a network. This is more to see the market cap and all that stuff. And we can also get the OHLCs and the trades. So with this information you can build like everything. It's like all the data that is available here. If you enter here, you will see these OHLCs, and all this data that is here is like we will see all the same information that is available there. And what I found really promising on trading these meme coins, on trading these indexes, is that see that in for example, this token, the first thing is that we are exposed to really high volatility. So we can buy $5 and those $5 can be zero immediately. But at the same time, if you have a very good like risk management strategy, I think that there are kind of good opportunities here, because see that in this moment, in 8 minutes, the price went up 33%. Or here it went up like 54%. So knowing that we have this kind of volatility, we can run very interesting strategies with this. So let me show you what I built with this client to analyze the tokens, and then hopefully it's an inspiration for you to build something similar. So this is what I built. So let me clear out the outputs, restart the environment, and let's start again. So as you can see, to install Gecko Terminal, the environment has it already. So it's pip install Gecko Terminal. You have the instructions here if you want to see them in the gecko-terminal.py. You will see instructions. It's pip install gecko-terminal-py, so it's very straightforward. To initialize it, you just create the instance of the class. It will work like that. So what I did basically is I said I would like to have some criteria to filter the pools, because the main problem of having the information of the pools is that if you want to trade in all the pools, you're going to probably fall in a scam of a lot of them. So the idea or the key here is how we can build a system that we can rely on to trade meme coins or tokens in Solana that will prevent to enter in some of the rugs or some of the scams that are out there, because it's full of scams. It's like going to the casino trading meme coins in Solana. So the thing is how we can define a few boundaries to trade this with a with caution, right? So what I did was saying, okay, at least I want to have the pool like 2 days, let's say. Then the minimum FDB has to be 70K. So this is like the market cap. This should be like 70K. I think that FDB and market cap is mostly the same for these tokens because usually all the supply is emitted. So that is why usually it's the same value. And we like to compare like the FDB. And we want to trade up to $5 million because if not, it's too high the token. Then we're filtering the volume in 24 hours. It's like at least 150K traded, at least 50K of liquidity. The mean transactions in 24 hours has to be 300 transactions. It's like at least we need to have 300 buy and sells. The network will be Solana, and we're going to filter the pools with the quote assets in Sol. So here we have a clean pools that is moving the data to numeric values. And we have this function to filter the pools that based on all the things that I mentioned, that are this mean pool age, the FDB, the volume, whatever, it's going to filter the pools based on that. So once we run this, we can call the methods. Nice. 5up that you use this notebook. Actually, it's strange because this notebook is not polished yet. Probably use the Pulse Analysis notebook instead of the MemeDex. You're going to see something interesting because I did a clustering to try to identify some scammy pools. So we are going to see it right now. But yeah, this is really interesting. But the idea today is to show you like the usage of this and how you can build a system that will be doing this for you and sending some reports. So get top pools by network and get new pools by network. So as you can see, if you inspect what are the top pools, we can see that, okay, Sara, Nora, the Shabu, well, we have all this data for transactions in 24 hours, buys and sells, volume in USD, the DEX where it's trading, and all that stuff. So you said that you have an error with Orca, right? So let me see, await GT dot get DEXs by network. This is the first thing that we should be doing to see what's the name. So the name is Orca. So this will be like get top pools by network DEX. So network is this, and DEX ID is going to be Orca. So okay, I don't have problems getting the top pools by network DEX 5up. So maybe there is something wrong with your environment and whatever. But it's like we can get the top pools for by network, by whatever. And you can know which are all the available liquidity providers by gt.get DEXs by network. Here is where you can see which are the availables. So for example, let's see which are the top pools in Meteora. I think that Meteora is the best platform right now to LP. Actually, Raydium is very good too. I have very good fees the other day in Raydium. But well, the good thing about this, or how I will use this data, how I think that is valuable, is like, for example, if you're looking for LPing, what you're looking for. Anyone can answer in the chat. What are you looking for if you are doing LP? What do you think? What is an attractive pool if you are doing like LP, I don't know, in Radium or Meteor or whatever? What will be like something that you are going to look for? I'm reading the chat. I don't know if someone wants to answer. No answers. Maybe there is a small delay, but what do you think that you are? Well, Slot Baby Productions has a very good point. Volume, for sure. We're looking for volume, but just volume or what? What else? Yeah, volume and liquidity, exactly. It's like we are looking for high volume and low liquidity. So the ratio between volume over liquidity has to be high. That means that there is a lot of trading activity with a few amount of tokens. So if you provide liquidity there, you're going to earn much more fees than the rest. So that is what we are looking for. But well, that is a very good thing. So see that here, this reserve in USD is the liquidity, and you have also here the volume in USD. So you can easily do a ratio to understand like what is the ratio between volume and liquidity. But well, that is depending on what you want to do is going to be a different story. So yeah. So well, then I apply this filter pools function, and unfortunately, I think that new pools, yeah, there are a few new pools that are okay. So for example, let's see this one, the address of smog. Let's see this one, smog. Let's see what it looks like. Smog. This is under the new pools category. Was launched yesterday, and it has only 16%. It's really new pool, this one. What they are doing. The thing is that if you check the projects, nobody's doing nothing. Actually, I made a 3x on this a token that I call Niga Chain. That is just a random token that they said AI layer 2, whatever. It's all like bullshit. But the people account suspended. Okay, so they are suspended by X. Well, it's a little bit riskier to buy this one, but as you can see, it was created as a new pool. The market cap is 128K, so it's high. This can be a scam, but at the same time, there is a lot of volatility. See that every time it's like moving 1-2%. If you have a range here, this can be really, really interesting. Actually, we can create a range on Raydium to farm a little bit, but always, obviously, that you are exposed to having this, being rugged. So, well, this is, for example, one of the tokens that we got from this. Actually, now I want to buy some, but no, I can't go to the casino and live stream. But well, these are some of the outputs that we can get based on some filters that we apply to the raw data. For example, this other one, wheat. Let's see what is wheat. Wheat internation. Okay, they follow the same pattern. I think it's very similar. But they are new pools in Raydium in this case. But at the same time, they have a lot of SOL. It's like they have 284 SOL. So at the same time, it's like something that might be promising at some point. It was graduated from Pump. So let's see. List of Pump tokens. Okay, this is also interesting. Cerebro. Okay, these are all the Pump tokens that were graduating from Pump. But well, as you can see, how you can use this or how you can use this screener is like you can be monitoring all the new pools every X amount of time. If at some point you think that might be interesting to hold $2 of this, you can just execute a transaction and buy $2 of all the new pools. And then, well, some of them are going to 0, some of them are going to 20. Well, then you will need to decide. But yeah. Then is 5up says, is volume easier to predict than price action? Um, I think that the 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 meme coin prices are really, really unpredictable. Because it's like there is nothing like behind this. There is no like rational behind these meme coins. But what I think that might be interesting to do is more thinking about like a portfolio index. That's why the idea of index. And I think that the best way to compare these things is by market cap. Is like first of all, there are levels for market cap. Um, I like to compare like by type of meme coins. There are a lot of AI meme coins. There are a lot of, for example, here I have a DEX screener. I use the screener for creating whitelist, but the API of the screener is not available to get all this data. So that's why I don't use it. But I use it for where is the watch list? Where is watch list? Watch list. So as you can see, I have some Spore, for example. Here I'm comparing like all the memes, the AI memes from this platform that is Spore .fun, Spore.fun. These are all like the generations of AI agents that were created by. It's like we have all these sheets and well, Morpheus. It's like they are like breeding new AI agents based on the on proposals and stuff. So I'm comparing this, and I think that there is no real price action that you can see, but the market cap of the tokens, if they are like similar, there should be like you can use no market cap of AI to 2 billions. This went. I can't believe this. When it went to 2 billions market cap. Let me see on an hourly basis. Oh shit! This in December went to 2 billions. My God! So well, this is like when the last time that I saw it, it was like in seven, like as Cerebro is right now. So the thing is that I think that at some point this should converge. Oh, okay, this one was at 4 million last week. So well, there is. I think that by category is like a kind of way to analyze it, but yeah, it's a little bit difficult to really know. Here on the main watches, I have the ones that are in meme, but yeah. Uh, Anna says, "What's your holding time? The more risk, no?" Yeah, actually, I created the Mimdex script that I was working on. Is like I find like a portfolio of these assets in the basket, and what I'm saying is all these assets are going to have this allocation, these assets, this allocation, and so theoretically, I need to know how much SOL I will need to have represented on each of these coins. And if the real value is deviated from the theoretical value, I have two metrics to rebalance. One is time. It's like I cannot do a rebalance in less than, for example, 5 minutes, for example. Then to sell, I have a rebalance of a deviation of 20%. That means that if I should have $5 or $10 of this asset, and I have actually 11, I can't rebalance. But if I have 12 or 13, I can rebalance. And from the opposite side, I have like a rebalance to buy back. But it's not the same as the take profit, because what I think is that these meme coins are likely to go to zero if they are like random projects. So, and all of them are usually random projects. But if I buy back when the price went up to the 50%, it's much more likely to then get some money back and don't invest earlier in a token that might still go down. So this is how I'm managing that right now. And for the tokens like the ones that are in meme, like let's get this bread or meme or whatever, I'm holding like for 2 weeks, 3 weeks already, because this is like the meme coin that was adopted already by Meteora. So it's the official Meteora meme coin. I didn't buy well because I bought at 100,000 of market cap. So I didn't do a good buy or entry price, but I'm holding since that time, and every time I'm collecting like $30, $30, $30, $40, and so that compounded in meme, if the price goes up, it can be a really good amount of money. And the other good thing is that if you compare the market cap, this is at 73 million, and Bonk is at 4 billion, and this is the official token of Meteora, of a meme coin of Meteora. So that's why I'm holding this for a long time. But yeah, depending on the type of meme coin, I will not hold for a long time. And what I recommend to do, that this is what we're doing today, is that based on this screener that you can define and say, okay, this token is available or this pool is available based on the filter, you can then generate output of the pools or the tokens that you are willing to trade, and your bot will say, okay, which is my portfolio? Is something in my portfolio that is not in the tokens that I should trade? Yes or no? If yes, if something is in my portfolio but it's not in my index, I should sell it. So that will be like helping you to drop tokens that you don't want to trade anymore and take loss there, for example. But well, so at this point, we check like how to get the top pools, how to get the new pools. Here, as you can see, we have the information that we have for all of them. And what I did, like to understand a little bit my data set, is I did a clustering. I don't know if you are familiar with clustering, but it's like an unsupervised method of machine learning to understand the relationships between the data. So in this case, we are doing clustering, just like we are doing like k-means. That is one of the most basic methods. There are hierarchical clustering too. There are a few of them, but in this case, I'm just doing this. What it does is like, imagine that you have, in this case, I'm using reserving USD, volume, FDB, transactions, and whatever. So what it's going to do, first of all, we're going to normalize everything, because if not, it's difficult to compare. Imagine that we are comparing a variable in millimeters and in kilometers. If it's the same distance, one is going to be much more higher than the other one. So the problem of that is that one variable will be much more representative than the other one in the comparison. So that's why we need to standardize the two of them, or scale the two of them into the same unit of measurement or similar. So there is no more weight on one variable than the other variable. That is a little bit of why you usually normalize the data set. There's another question. So your main alpha is coming from yield farming from Meteora? Not really. That is one thing that I'm doing because, but it's just the 10% of the portfolio that I have allocated there. I allocated the 10% because I'm bullish on the platform, and I think that there is going to be an airdrop of MET. That is going to be the Meteora token. that probably is going to be also related to the farmers on the platform. So usually you look to farm airdrops and all that stuff too, but that is just the 10% of the inventory. The mostly that I trade is in sexes. Now I want to move more to DEXs because I see by trading or building these systems that there is much more opportunities on DEXs than sexes to make money. But I have like the now I'm really invested. It's like I have like mostly Sol, Dot, Algorand, Bitcoin, and then a portfolio with very small amount of very small amount of money of I don't know 40 tokens. That is more like a long-term strategy that rebalances. But that is what I have in Sexis. But mostly I have those tokens and I trade them like market making for the token by consolidating and having a position value that I wanted to have. That is not available yet in the code base. I worked in that strategy the past 3 months, but combines a grid executor with a few things, so you can generate a ton of volume. And I'm mostly trading on FD USD pairs on Binance because I have zero fees. So it's like I'm okay to hold FD USD. I'm okay to hold Solana, Bitcoin, and the other Algorand and Dot and all those coins that I'm having. Then I'm happy to trade and make markouts on the price with zero fees. So that's mostly what I'm doing right now with the money. Well, this thing that I was showing, the clustering and graph, basically I added these features. So as you can see, the first thing is to scale the data set. The second thing is to do the clustering. Then, well, predict which is the cluster of each of the observations. Well, then I'm doing some graphs. So if I run this and I ask for, I don't know, 5 clusters, let's say 5 clusters, only for the filtered top pools because the new pools were only 5, so it doesn't make too many a cluster in there. But we can cluster for the top pools. So see that here we can identify or graph like the different pools or different clusters by the liquidity that they have, the volume that they have, and so. So something really interesting that I found is like I say, okay, now I would like to understand a little bit the clustering or why some of the clusters are defined, right? And for example, check this one that is the cluster 4, right? This cluster 4. What they have in common is really, really interesting. See that the volume liquidity is 46, but see that the buy transactions are 150K and the sell transactions 8K. Here, buy transactions 153K, sell transactions 3K, and the buy transactions 102K, and the sell transactions 10K. So what do you think? Is like this clustering method found in this cluster some of the tokens that has massively much more amount of buy transactions than sell transactions. That can be possibly a scam because it's like if there is a lot of people, there is a bot buying to generate this number very big, or suddenly there is a lot of people buying that I don't know if it's not possible to have that imbalance on number of transactions. But well, this is like really interesting that with a clustering we can like understand a little bit the data set. So well, for example, then we have another one that is this is a cluster of only this Sara Sol. I think that the main difference is that this one has the same amount of buy transactions and sell transactions and is very high. So actually, what is this Sara Sol? Because that amount of transactions might be like interesting. Sara Sol deployed by Hero. Oh, this was a rug pool, I think. Yeah, it was a good ride. But at one moment it was like 1000%. But yeah, the problem of this is yeah, you can be right. So the main hero AI, I don't know what is this, but well, the main thing here is that we can try to start with machine learning methods, trying to describe what are these clusters and how we can, based on the clustering, say, okay, I would like to completely discard the cluster 2, discard the cluster 4. Then we'll need to understand if these are okay or not. I think that these ones these are promising tokens. Like the cluster 0, it might be one of the best. So for example, let's see Spores Sol. So Spores Spores Sol, market cap 2.7 million. So this may be an interesting market to trade on. The volume, see that it's moving like 5% per minute. So that is something attractive if we're doing rebalancing all that stuff. So, well, probably the Duna. Let's see Duna. Duna. Oh, this one was. Mm, is a rag. These two. Let's see in 1 hour. Well, maybe this can come back at some point. But see that the variations can be like 6%. So, well, all these tokens that has these high variations, I think that they are like a kind of attractive. But to finalize this, what I will do is to try to get more data from getting like the OHLCs and all that stuff to then like really understand. But this notebook is cool because you can start from this and then well continue your analysis based on this. So what we are seeing here is FDB versus liquidity. So this area has very good liquidity FDB ratio. If choose 2 clusters instead of 5, what would be the main difference? That's a very good question. It's like if you reduce the number of clusters, for example, let's put 3 clusters, instead of having that amount, we're going to have all these clusters. And for example, these 3 that we saw that were very different, we are not going to capture that stuff. So I think that it's worth to evaluate that. The right way to evaluate the number of clusters that we need to do is to use the elbow method. I know this because I used to teach, now I left, but I used to teach machine learning in the university. So elbow method means this is like the method. This is a little bit like artistic because the difference between this type of machine learning techniques than I don't know a model that predicts is that here you don't have the y-axis, the y-axis, no, the y-column. That is like the target column. Here you don't know what you are predicting. You just want to infer from the data what can be associations that you can do or which are things that can be considered in the same type. You can do it a lot for, I don't know, customers, to understand what type of customers you have, like to describe a lot of things. But as it's not structured and you cannot compare if this is right or not because you don't have a variable to measure the error, you use methods like, for example, this one that is the elbow method to understand which is the right number of clusters. And that this decrease is like if the decrease is high, means that you can split the data set in different subgroups that they are really different between them. As you can see here, if you increase the number of clusters, but the changes on the distance is not changing too much, means that you are probably separating more clusters when they are very similar. So this is the elbow method. Well, this is something to understand. Then you have like price changes by cluster, volume liquidity by cluster. So a few graphs to describe a little bit what you want to do. So for I added this other method that is to get the multiple tokens on network that wasn't implemented. I need to move it to Gecko terminal library. Ainas, I'm going to show you right now how you can get historical data from the pools. But this is going to be a different number. Nah, just kidding. Yeah, I'm going to show you right now how we can get the historical data. Based on that, visualize and understand those pools. So what I'm showing this right now is that with this notebook, after you do the analysis, you figure out which is the right way to filter the pools and whatever. Then with this logic, you can dump this Solana token list or Solflare, I don't know which is the name, that is used in the gateway. But you can dump this, and as you can see, Solflare token list is called. Solflare token list. We can dump this, and this, as you can see, is the same input that you put in the gateway the same input that you can put in the gateway to have those tokens available. Because the main problem that you have with the gateway is that when you want to start trading or you want to trade a token, it has to be registered in the available tokens that are in this list. So what you have to do if you are interested in trading a few tokens that usually are not going to be available in the main list, because we are trading pools and top pools. So we're trading pools, new pools that will be probably not available in the gateway. So we need to generate this configuration JSON that the gateway will read and be able let us trade this stuff. So with this code, you can also generate that token list. So then you can use it to trade on the gateway. So Anas said how we can get the historical data. I'm going to show you how to get historical data right now. And so Sloth Baby Production says, can we backtrack the API for Meteora and Raydium? For Meteora, yes, there is. Let me show you. Let's go to Meteora. There is here. This DLLM profit analysis is created by one of the that guy is also like a community member from Hummingbot. So he created this app. Probably we can buy him a coffee or a Lambo, but you can also give him feedback. I saw it in Discord a few times. But if you put your wallet address here, I think that it does a sort of analysis on your P&L for this. For Raydium, I don't know. But what you can do, that is something that I'm building with this new project that I showed, is that OKX lets you get the total value in USD and the total amount of tokens and the total amount of staked tokens too. So with that, we can build like a kind of P&L analysis over time. The other ways to get your P&L will be using the transaction history from your account, and without removing or netting the withdrawals and deposits, figure out which is the real P&L that you have. So that would be like the other way, but it will be a little bit difficult to do it for Meteora. unless that we create, for example, a custom executor that does the staking or the LP provision, and then registers when you claim the fees, when you do whatever, and then stores that information somewhere else. But well, that would be like another topic. Well, now and with this we're going to end up to the next session, where probably you can propose if you have like a way to filter this. I can build a script, and we can actually think about an integration. I don't know if you prefer Telegram or you prefer Discord or what you prefer, but I can build an integration with. I would like you to write down in the chat of Discord, like what's the way that you would like to see this information displayed or sent, but we can do like a kind of real-time screener that is executed X amount of time, or I can do it now, and the next time we can do it with sending the message through Telegram or the social platform that you would like to use it. But yeah, the last thing will be showing how to get the candles. That is something that Anas asked. So to get the candles, is you can do await gt.get ohlcb, and then I think that is like this. Let's get I don't know, the token that we were looking at, Duna, this token, and Duna. So let's get this token. 1 hour. Not found. No, well, the problem is that we shouldn't get. This is by pool. We cannot get the OHLCs for a token. We should get from a pool. So let's put pool top pools. I think that I don't know if it's this. Let's try with this. Just to see if it's this. No, maybe it's this. Okay, now it makes sense. So as you can see, OLCV. So let's do it like this. So OHLCV LEN 9 records. There is a max limit 1000. Maybe it's very new. So if we do this, 1 minute, map it accept. Oops. Read timeout. Let's put 5 minutes just to see. There is one problem with what? Let's pick another. No, this widget is not. Let's pick another. This Zeta AI is new or is? Yeah, it's fairly new, this one. Let me see if I can get this data in 1 minute. Okay, seems like depending on the token, the other token probably was very new, but it wasn't working pretty well. Let me see if I can OHL with the core and data structures, candles. I think that this. let me do like this. From core, data structures, import candles. Candles, this is connector name, gecko terminal of trading pair. Well, let me first get this information. So pool will be equal filter top pools like this. Let me see, what is this? Pool. So this would be like pool address, interval. This is time frame. Pool base, pool quote. Okay, so now we find a way to reuse this. Okay, let me improve the y-axis. OHLCV dot index timestamp unit equal to seconds. Okay, now we do it. We did it. So as you can see, this is for Anas. For Anas Mosin. We finally get the OHLCs. So here you can like compare a little bit the different pools and see which ones are similar, all the stuff. So if you want, feel free to explore this and define the way. The only thing that you will need to do is to loop through all the pools that you filtered, get all the OHLCs and all stuff. There's only one problem that Gecko Terminal, if you want to have good support, you need to pay for the API requests. So it takes like, I think that is something like, you have like 30 requests per second. 30 requests per minute. It's very low what they offer. But in 10 minutes you can download everything, so don't worry about it too. Or probably in 1 hour. So you can have a process that every 1 hour downloads everything, all the stuff, and well, soon I should add a throttler to it, but well, for now there is no throttler available. So well, this is like the how to get the OHLCs and stuff. So well, let's say that now we would like to perform this analysis in more like a regular way and all stuff. So for that we have the tasks module. We can do like a candles collection, like that. Here actually we have a screener tasks. So well, what we can do is to put like we can avoid the clustering stuff, and we can just use this. So the filter and the top pools, and let me kill this, and this. And let's ask cursor. Cursor should be really powerful for doing this. Let's say that let's avoid all this clustering part, and just do this. And for now, let's print it. And if you want, the next week you can propose on Discord how you would like to see this information propagated through Telegram, through whatever you want, and you can build your custom screener bot for Solana. So let's say, well, let's copy and put here like, let's copy the screener task and call it like gecko terminal screener, and let's say to cursor let's say modify gecko terminal screener with this logic from that uses gecko terminal async client to get the data of the new and top pools and dump in a data structure that you recommend the information of the top pools, new pools, filtered top pools, and filtered new pools. So if we ask this to cursor, it should be really straightforward. Cursor is, for this type of things, is pretty amazing. So it's creating all the methods, moving all the methods here. It's using the timescale client. As a JSON. This is using the timescale client. But I would say now, instead of using the TS client, I just want to print the best pools in the terminal. So this is what we're going to do. It's going to remove all the parts from the client and just print the information for me. So I will apply it and okay. So now I like just to prototype with cursor. I don't like to use it. So I will use PyCharm. Use QuantLab, new window. So I have to commit QuantLab because I have been working the last months without committing. But yeah, this is LARP. Where it was? Tasks. So in this task, data collection, gecko terminal screener. So to run it, we can run it like this. You can see this is something important. I coded like pagination by default, and we usually have like 10 pages for all the pools. So we are getting like all the pages for all the pools available. And well, as you can see, it finished here and gives me like the information of all the pools. This is what we can then send through Telegram, through Discord, or whatever you want. But the good thing is that the task already works. As you can see, this task is only for every 1 hour will be executed. If we want, we can do a runner. And with the runner is like, for example, report runner. In this report runner, we can add this new task here. And when importing a new task, we can set the time frame that we want to execute the task, and the orchestrator will be in charge of running this task recurrently. So, well, I think that that's all. I don't know if there is any other question. next time, next week, we can do it with Telegram or whatever to send the messages. That will be fun, I think. But well, I need you to send what you want to see in Discord so we can grow this initiative. Well, I think that's all. Any question before we end? Okay, well, if there's no questions, Happy New Year for all of you guys. Happy trading. Let's go Solana to 1K this year, hopefully. Yeah, let's see. Well, bye bye.